Karma on deck. I'm Karma. This is your weekly tarot reading for the sign of Aquarius, and I is an Aquarius moon. So let's take a look and see what our energy is for this week. Aquarius moon. Boy, you're gonna make my foot fall asleep. His whole body is laying on my foot. James. Any minute now, he'll be snoring like a grown-ass man. Sawing logs. Used to be so embarrassing. People would think I was doing readings in my living room or my bedroom with my old man asleep next to me and Jameson all snoring. All right, here we go, Aquarius. What are we going through? Let's look at it. Uh-oh, I'm hearing one more shuffle. Aquarius, what we be going through? Let's see. Here we go. 3 of coins, working hard. 4 of wands, working on your home and foundation. Ace of cups, chariot card. 9 of cups. So you had some celebration, some stuff going on, or you have some coming up. I'm seeing that your, chariot card might be some travel. You have the devil card and the tower card, which tells me that you're looking really good at your bad habits. Tells me that you're wondering if you've been doing too much of this or too much of that. I see the 8 of swords, which is overwhelm. You're feeling as if you're not quite sure how to get yourself out of a pickle. The wheel of fortune is in play. And so with the wheel of fortune, it's our card for things changing and shifting, not quite like the death card, but timing and fate and things coming into alignment. Again, we have the 5 of cups in play, and the 5 of cups is a great card for joy and celebration, but it also has this little edge to it about not trusting things and being careful with how we take information from others and what they're up to. We have the 5 of swords, which is a conflict. So I see Aquarius really setting boundaries much more than they used to before, much more often and clearer. I'm seeing the 4 of swords and the chariot. Both of those indicate stress and tension. So if you look here, the 4 of swords has a needle on his nose and he's holding a fistful of blades. And what that means is, like, if I let go of one thing, it's all going to tumble down, and he's feeling as if it's, stressful. We see the Ace of Wands, which means we're fully capable. We're just having a hard time navigating what direction we want things to go, and uncertainty is playing a huge role. We do have the Queen of Cups, and we have the 5 of Cups. The Queen of Cups is emotion, and the 5 of Cups is somewhat like distrust. It's pragmatism, making sure that it's like, are you sure this is what we should be doing? Are you sure we're going to make that much money? It's just looking at things in such a way that you're like clearing anything that might not be, sounding like it's too good to be true kind of thing. We have the Ace of Wands, which is new beginnings. Okay, so the guy on the Ace of Wands is in a laboratory, so to speak. It's kind of like another word for a laboratory, but it's a little wizard, right? And he's got all the things that he needs to allow things to get done. So he's got a laboratory, he's got knowledge, he's got equipment, he's got maps. And so this tells you that you have everything that's necessary right within, yet you feel as if you're messing up. You feel as if you're blowing it, and that if you keep messing up, it's going to be irreconcilable, right? That's the Tower card. The Tower card and the Tower card and the Devil card. So these are the things that are holding you back. And don't forget, the Devil's a Capricorn card. Structure, right? And then the Tower is all Mercury, things happening. So what is it that you don't trust? And what is it that's aligning for you? Because you have alignment with the Wheel of Fortune. However, the Page of Wands seems to be indicating that there's some education that you want to acquire, or maybe an online class, or going back to school and finishing something up. Doesn't really feel like higher education, like you're going back to college fully for the first time or something, but I do see some education for you. 8 of Swords is feeling overwhelmed. Now, I always say that if you're feeling overwhelmed, unplug. Yet unplug, how long can you go unplug before you have to come back and get to work? So we have the 8 of Swords, which means literally that you're overwhelmed and just not seeing solutions because you're not looking outside the box. He doesn't have a lid on it, but he's got blinders on, which means you're not seeing. So what is it that you're not seeing, Aquarius? What is it that you're not able to grasp? Because I feel like you've got this mentality where you feel like shit's falling down, but you are capable of getting all of this done. And ultimately, what does Karma always say? But trust yourself. Trust yourself. If you don't trust someone else, trust yourself. And if it's not a hell yes, it's a no. So if somebody doesn't have you hyped and amped up, and I'm not talking about hype and dream building, I'm talking about if your spirit doesn't feel excited about something, don't talk yourself into it. It ain't that serious. We make up things about activities and people and jobs and things that we do, you know, as if it's just all these requirements. I have to this and I have to that, you know. Heather, don't make me cry. I'm going to slap you for doing that. All right, so I have the Seven of Pentacles. I just got a text. All right, so I got the Seven of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, Six of Wands. I love you, Heather. Seven of Pentacles is the season for things to be happening. I see the Four of Pentacles, where you're feeling as if some things haven't been according to how you want them to be, or you feel that others aren't lining up for you to get them, you know, done the way they need to. I see the King of Pentacles, leadership, Six of Wands, money coming your way, Nine of Swords. So Aquarius, you haven't been sleeping, you've had lucid dreams, you've been spending time thinking of things, obsessing a little bit. Five of Swords, setting boundaries. Look at this. So this is your Nine of Swords. This is restless sleep, or trying to sleep and not getting any, or sleeping too much, or, you know, really obsessing over things. How am I going to get them done? Right? The way to get there is to surrender. We have the Five of Swords, which is conflict. So what is it you're conflicted about? Are you wanting to walk away from things? Right? There, I was just talking about that a little earlier to Capricorn, where I was saying people are ready to quit. It's just so hard keeping going. We have the Five of Swords, which is conflict. You have the Eight of Cups, Ten of Cups, tired of trying to be so perfect. We have the Two of Swords, indecision, right? You want to walk away. Oops, wrong deck. From certain situations that aren't serving you. I'm seeing the Three of Swords here, which is our miscommunication. So what is it that you feel like anytime you know, are going through something, you're feeling that you aren't able to communicate? We have the Ten of Wands, a lot of burden, a lot of weight to carry. We see the Two of Wands and the Two of Swords, and a little bit of drama with the Eight of Swords. You're feeling overwhelmed about how to make things happen, and you have this crazy stuck feeling with Neptune, Hanged Man, in play. So you're feeling stuck and you're worrying, like, how can I shake the tree and make things come loose for me? Right? We have the Ten of Cups, which is the standard in which we hold ourselves. The Ten of Cups is this whole perfect image. Nobody's perfect. There's a difference between perfection and, what's the other word I was looking for? Excellence. You can strive for excellence, but you'll never be perfect. You can do things over and over and over again to become excellent. But the Ten of Cups tells us we're striving for something that's not possible. So it's like, do you have this ideal that's unrealistic, that perhaps that you're putting yourself against a measuring stick that's unreasonable? You're not 8 feet tall and you're only 4'11". Like, how are you going to be 8 feet tall if it's just not? But you got to reframe things in a way to make things looking excellent. Look, you know, we want this fantasy, right? And maybe you're walking away from the idea of that you can attain certain things. And, you know, what drama is going on for you? Because I feel like you're clearing all of this. And I also see, you know, you just got to kind of hang on, Aquarius, because these are transient moments indicated by the Hangman. And I know it feels like it's going on forever, but we have a tendency to have a different idea about time in this generation. We kind of look at time as things can happen so quickly, and we have no patience. We really have no patience for the subtleties, right? We're definitely feeling, you know, and we have this Seven of Pentacles, which is harvest. It's the fall. It takes time. That's the same thing with the Fate card that we had earlier. And then we have the Hangman, which is timing. So let's not force things. It's been hard for me not to pick at the seeds that I just grew. I'm seeing little sprouts, and I want to just mess with them and touch them, but I can't, right? I got to let them grow. And I've never gardened before, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's teaching me a lot about time, timing, and patience. So I have a little bit of information through this deck that even though it looks a little terrible, we have this card right here, which means victory. However, there's a couple signs here that tell me it's directly due to the active actions that you take, okay? Because the Six of Wands is victory, money coming your way. And then we have here the Five of Swords and the Eight of Cups, which is walking away. But this is also setting boundaries with people, going, I'm walking away and here's why. Or setting boundaries that causes it to be. So if you think about this, right, you can't serve from an empty cup. So this letting go of things, this walking away from some things, is allowing a full space for you to start building again, right? You just got to wait, let the dust settle. What is it that I always say? Muddy water is best cleared when you leave it alone. And it's so hard not to keep picking at things. And this is one of the other cards that I pulled that's extra. And it's about having a short temper. Our situation isn't other people's problem. And that doesn't mean we can't talk about it. It just means that we don't have to throw our attitude about it at other people. I mean, every mood is contagious. I don't care what they say. All right, let's pull some cards from Divination of the Ancients and see what your message is for this week. Book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. And please, it does say text with questions, but there should be enough information to answer all of your questions and book a session. Now, questions I would expect to hear are things like, how do I book a group? Because you can book on there, and you can book 3 or 4, and you can get your times. Everything is on there. Reiki, the tarot, mediumship, the coaching, the spiritual mentorship, and the coaching, the couples coaching, the relationship coaching, it's all there. And then if you don't catch me, you might not be able to get the spot that you want. So if you want to find something, you can always book it, and then we can finagle. So thank you for that. Let's take a look and see what your card is for this week. Ooh, Aquarius. So I think it's interesting. Capricorn said caution. They got the Ouija card, right? Which Ouija board is use caution. You guys are getting the gamble dice. So Aquarius, take a risk. Now this is kind of messed up, as I'm a Capricorn sun and Aquarius moon. So which do I do? Do I use caution or take a risk? So I use caution and then I risk? I don't know. All right, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. And because I'm a Pisces rising, I'm going to be doing Pisces rising right after this because I'm selfish. But this is for you guys too. At least the one time a week.